Oil prices tumble as world storage tanks fill up amid demand shock. Oil prices slumped on Tuesday, extending the previous session's slide on worries about limited capacity to store crude worldwide and expectations that fuel demand may only recover slowly as coronavirus pandemic restrictions are gradually eased. United States West Texas Intermediate (WTI) crude futures skidded by as much as 16% and were off 14.7% or 1.88 cents US dollars at $10.90 a barrel as of 1:58 GMT. WTI plunged 25% on Monday. Brent crude futures fell to a low of $18.97 and were last down 4.1% or 82 cents at $19.17 a barrel. The benchmark slid 6.8% on Monday, and the contract for June delivery expires on April 30th. Strategists said part of the WTI decline is due to retail investment vehicles like exchange-traded funds selling out the front month June contract can buy into months later in the year to avert massive losses like last week when WTI plummeted below zero. Clearly, everything's getting dragged down by the machinations in the WTI futures market, said Daniel Hines, senior commodity strategist at Australia and New Zealand banking group ANZ in Sydney. The main concern is that there is nowhere to store all the oil that is not being consumed due to the drop in global economic activity amid restrictions imposed around the world to curb the spread of the new coronavirus. Even with the Organization of the Petroleum Exporting Countries (OPEC) and allies led by Russia having agreed record output cuts of nearly 10 million barrels per day from May 1st, that volume is not nearly enough to offset a drop in demand of around 30 million barrels per day due to COVID-19 restrictions. While we're starting to see COVID-19 cases ease and some countries ease restrictions, those initial moves look fairly tentative. The market's coming around to the view there's going to be no quick recovery in demand, Hines said. As a result of the collapse in demand, global storage onshore is estimated to be about 85% full as of last week, according to data from consultancy Kepler. In a sign of the energy industry's desperation for places to store petroleum, oil traders are resorting to hiring expensive U.S. vessels to store gasoline or ship fuel overseas, shipping sources said. It is hard to see a sentiment turning convincingly positive for oil until there's evidence of OPEC cuts and demand improvement slowing or reversing the global inventory build, said Exicor's chief global market strategist Stephen Innes.